Greetings, good sirs. May I have the pleasure of knowing your names?
Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered what the world would be like if artificial intelligence replaces human soldiers? What is the future of AI in the military? Artificial intelligence is changing the world. It can also be a fundamental change for military. It is among the many hot technologies that promise to change the face of warfare for years to come. The military cannot ignore this technology. A growing number of US military officers predict that AI will transform the way America and its enemies make war, ranking it alongside the radio and machine gun in its potential to revolutionize combat. The use of AI and machine learning in armed conflict has important humanitarian, legal, ethical, and security implications. Think statistics provide some idea of how uncertain we are about our knowledge. Knowledge is incredibly important to process information to make informed decisions. Members of Congress and Pentagon officials are increasingly focused on developing emerging military technologies to enhance US national security and keep pace with US competitors to ensure effective deterrence against Russia and China. Russia and China are investing heavily in emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, cyber, and hypersonics. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that whoever becomes the world leader in the artificial intelligence sphere will become ruler of the world. By 2050, China plans to be the dominant world military power. After Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, the 18th AI engineering efforts took on new urgency. The Pentagon, which now has a senior official in charge of so-called algorithmic warfare, asked for more than $3 billion for AI-related activities in its 2024 budget submission. The market for military robots is expected to reach $24.2 billion by 2025. That's the United States' compound annual growth rates of nearly 11%. The Department of Defense has duly created the Joint Artificial Intelligence Center in the hopes of winning the AI battle. It has many application areas where it will enhance productivity, reduce a user workload, and operate more quickly than humans. Visions exist of AI enabling autonomous systems to conduct missions, achieving sensor fusion, automating tasks, and making better, quicker decisions. New capabilities could even emerge and replace humans in future military operations, including for crafting strategic direction and national-level strategies. How do robots change the future of war? The military's emphasis on artificial intelligence and robotics is growing. They currently have 20 robotics programs running. Military robots are autonomous robots, designed for military applications. The majority of military robots are teleoperated, and some are not equipped with weapons. They are used for reconnaissance, surveillance, sniper detection, neutralizing explosive devices and attack, and transport to search and rescue. The use of robotics or other forms of intelligent agents in warfare has existed since WWW2. First distance-controlled tanks, called teletanks, appeared in the late 20s and early 30s. Teletanks were a series of wireless remotely controlled unmanned tanks produced in the Soviet Union, the USSR, to reduce combat risk to soldiers. By the outbreak of World War II, the Soviet Union had two teletanks battalions, the 152nd and 217th Independent Tank Battalions. Many of these early robots, such as the US's Aphrodite drones or the Soviets' teletanks, were either ineffective or only useful for specialized operations. Military robots are valuable in combat for a variety of reasons. Robots also have capabilities that humans don't. The ability to stay awake 24/7, the ability to see from all angles, the ability to process information in an instant. US military operators started out skeptical about AI, but now they are the ones developing and using, called Project Maven, to identify targets on the battlefield. In 2021, the Army's 18th Airborne Corps Artificial Intelligence enabled live fire and target identification. The Army scanned 7,200 kilometers across 4 states on the eastern seaboard and used AI to find and destroy specific simulated targets in an area the size of a 10-square-foot box. The key ingredient was the National Geospatial Intelligence Center, which provided satellite imagery for software to sift through and find targets. Holloman Air Force Base tests new robotic dogs. The base has 2 new robotic dogs that will work alongside their service members. It's called the Vision 60 Q-UGVs, cost $150,000. Ground Robot, or more simply Robodog, is designed to improve surveillance capabilities at Holloman Air Force Base. The robots were created by the company, Ghost Robotics. They weigh 86 pounds and are about the size of a full-sized golden retriever. They can travel for about 6 miles, and they're controlled using a joystick-like setup. They can be used in the rain and temperatures from -10 degrees up to 140. They're also capable of walking in steep sands. Quadrupedal Unmanned Ground Vehicles, QUGVs, are architected to allow rapid adaptation to new environments, using our proprietary blind mode control core that mimics how mammals operate across a range of urban and natural environments. Even if the environment is completely unknown, vision sensors degrade or fail, you can be assured that when the legged robot does fail, slip or fall, it will get right back up and continue moving. At Tyndall Air Force Base, robotic dogs are used to patrol the grounds. These robots can climb stairs, be submerged in water up to nearly 5 feet, and pick themselves up if they fall over. Features applied to the robot dogs allow for easy navigation on difficult terrains. The robot dogs have 14 sensors to create 360-degree awareness. They are also equipped with a crouch mode that lowers their center of gravity and a high-step mode that alters leg mobility, among other features. The robot dogs designed by Ghost Robotics and Immersive Wisdom. This new technology has the capability to revolutionize the way base security operates. Tyndall is expected to set the benchmark for the rest of the Department of Defense when it comes to Q-UGV usage. Robots will be fighting robots. You will not have a choice. Your adversaries are going to choose for you, but you have to do this, Donahue says, referring to Lieutenant General, retired Chris Donahue, who's now the 18th Airborne Corps Commanding General and fought Liberty and was the last US soldier to leave Afghanistan. He shares his insights on empowering soldiers through collective experimentation, bridging generational tech gaps, and developing and sustaining AI-driven systems on the transformative tech culture in today's military. We're already on the way of machines will be fighting machines. Robots will be fighting robots. It's already happening. Many countries already utilize man-in-the-loop systems, which are robotic weapon systems operated by a human with remote control. Lethal autonomous weapons are a type of autonomous military system that can independently search for and engage targets based on programmed constraints and descriptions. Weapon systems that use AI to identify, select, and kill human targets without human intervention. Laws are also known as killer robots. With autonomous weapons, the decision is made by algorithms alone. Weapons that use AI algorithms to kill and facial recognition technology to select and attack targets and are not controlled by human judgment are immoral and a grave threat to national and global security. Delegating the decision to use lethal force to algorithms raises significant questions about who is ultimately responsible and accountable for the use of force by autonomous weapons, particularly given their tendency towards unpredictability. Human Rights Commissioner Lorraine Finlay is calling for bans on lethal autonomous weapon systems at RightsCon, Costa Rica, on 7th of June 2023, where the technology is incompatible with international human rights law, international humanitarian law, and international law. Weapon systems that select and engage targets without meaningful human control are unacceptable and need to be prevented. All countries have a duty to protect humanity from this dangerous development by banning fully autonomous weapons, even if an algorithm can determine what is legal under international humanitarian law. it can never determine what is ethical. An algorithm must not be in full control of decisions involving killing or harming humans. The principle of human responsibility and accountability for any use of lethal force must be preserved, regardless of the type of weapon system involved. Robots have been used against other robots in Russia's war in Ukraine. Aerial drones have been used to surveil or attack ground robots. Soldiers have attached weapons to land-based robots, and other small unmanned bots are being fitted with jamming technology to knock drones which carry explosives, being used to attack tanks and troops from the sky, which are often First Person View FPV drones. Robots are fighting robots since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. As the war has raged on, the Unmanned Ground Vehicle, or UGV, has increasingly appeared in recent months. Most of the UGVs being developed within the war are typically 4- or 6-wheeled machines or used as small robots, as larger vehicles will be tracked, observed, and attacked with FPV and other aerial drones. The Ukrainian battlefield is saturated with aerial sensors that basically track and attack anything that moves. That includes other robots. There are logistics robots, which can carry supplies to the front lines, evacuation robots that carry injured people, and robots linked to combat, such as those that can place or destroy landmines and have explosives or weapons attached. These robots are largely remote controlled by humans. There's little autonomy and operate over ranges of a few kilometers. The Israel Defense Forces IDF and Israel Aerospace Industries IAI had unveiled a revolutionary robotic system named Jaguar in the year 2021. The semi-autonomous robot was one of the first of its kind in the world, capable of substituting soldiers on the borders and make the IDF a more efficient and technologically advanced military. It also has the ability to self-destruct should it be captured by the enemy, according to ILTV Israel News. The Jaguar is currently being integrated into the Gaza division in southern Israel in order to protect the Israeli-Gaza border 24/7. Equipped with dozens of sensors, an automated driving system, advanced fire capabilities, and a public address PA system, this robot makes the IDF a more efficient and technologically advanced military. The robots are being used to keep buildings and tunnels under surveillance and engage targets in an environment where urban battles in areas with dense civilian populations have made distinguishing between legitimate targets and non-combatants increasingly difficult. The high-tech military gear being used by Israel includes Robodogs, the German long-range cruise missiles, Target Adaptive Unitary and Dispenser Robotic Ubiquity System. TAURUS is an air-to-ground cruise missile. High accuracy is ensured by an autonomous inertial guidance system, which adjusts during flight using radar data and compares the landscape with a programmed map. TAURUS is similar to the British Storm Shadow. German firm Krauss-Maffei Wegmann KMW, in collaboration with autonomous systems manufacturer Milrem Robotics Estonia, delivered 14 TheMIS UGVs robots to Ukraine. The MIS is based on a tracked chassis and can be powered by two types of propulsion systems, including a diesel motor and an electric generator. The vehicle is intended to provide support for dismounted troops by serving as a transport platform, remote weapon station, IED detection and disposal unit. It has a combat weight of 800 kilos and is capable of transporting an equivalent payload. It can be controlled via remote control at a distance of up to 1.5 kilometers. The German Army Infantry School in Hammelburg has recently deployed two cutting-edge Gerion UGVs developed by the German technology company ARX Land System. One of the standout features of the Gerion UGVs is their integrated acoustic sensor module. This module is part of over 10 different click-and-go payloads for the Gerion RCS. It enables infantry squads to immediately detect and accurately locate enemy fire, especially in complex terrains. This feature is a game-changer in terms of battlefield awareness and response capabilities. Humans will always oversee the US military's AI systems, which will adhere to the laws of armed conflict. When Hamas launched its surprise assault on Israel, have provided another spur for American forces to accelerate their adoption of AI. If you have an overview, considerable attention of possible ethical challenges we are facing with more intelligent systems and also long-term scenarios in AI and robotics, militarized conflicts, and related risks with consequences that may ultimately challenge the place of humans in society, then you are welcome to share and discuss your story with others. Please feel free to leave your response in the comments section below. We respect for the diversity of opinions. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and energy watching this video. Never stop learning and share knowledge. Stay connected to this channel. Goodbye, and see you again tomorrow.